Hello and welcome, and thank you for joining me. My name is Selina, and this is Bank of Me. And today I thought I would give a little update on my financial goals, savings challenges, and also give a little bit of things that inspired me on my own financial journey, books and things to watch. It can be quite hard in this environment where everything is pretty much about consuming and beautiful things, and it's hard to find something to inspire you to save towards your goals and think about life a little bit differently. So I found this great, so I'm going to share them in the second part of the video. But first of all, let me just show you a little recap of my financial goals for the year. So let's start here. I hope you can see that. So for 2025, really for me, it's a year of rebuilding. I have bought a house, a little old cottage that needs a lot of work. And to be honest, because I'm on my own doing everything myself, so it's only one income I'm relying on, it has been quite tough, and it has really eaten up most of my resources, really. So this year for me is really a year of rebuilding, trying to get ahead a bit and setting myself up a bit more comfortably, a little bit further away from the financial edge, really. So my short-term goals, so that would be the goals I'm trying to achieve this year, are an emergency fund. So I'd like to bring it up to 10,000 euros. A home maintenance fund, so that would be not my general planned repairs and renovations. It would be 3,000 for something unplanned. Oh no, we didn't know this would happen, now we have to fork some money out. So this is really a starter home maintenance fund. It would be great to have more, but in conjunction with the emergency fund, I think it's a good goal. And the third one is a car savings challenge. So I have an old car as well. So sooner or later that will be, well, first of all, it might just need repairs, or it might be that I need to replace it. So for the car savings challenge is really a mini fund to get me started on saving for a new car, or a new to me used car. So the reason why I have this split and I don't have it all as one big emergency fund is I find psychologically, if I save up money and I had it marked for an emergency, or like a 6 month, that's my idea, to have a 6 month emergency fund, something to cover your expenses for 6 months should something happen. If I have to dip into that for home maintenance or for car repairs, it would be quite demotivating. So I'm trying to build this all up at the same time, and we'll see how it goes. And maybe I have to dip into the emergency fund for something that can't be covered quite by these two, the home maintenance and the car. But I think it would be great to try and leave this untouched if I can, and or at least I don't have to take as much out because I'm already splitting. So that's just my preference. And I also have some mini goals. So one of my mini goals is to have a month ahead of savings. So have expenses for 1 month ahead, separately from these. So I'll do this on the side. It's not a priority. These really are the priority. But I would like to get going on that, and I have actually started in January already. And then a cat fund, because I really would love to get pets again, and I think I will start with a cat. So I would like to prepare a bit, have a bit of a starter fund for it, for the cat itself, any vaccines and deworming, any vet costs it needs up front, and the cat bed and blah blah blah. You get the picture. So I'd like to have a little fun for that. And lastly, I wrote down my medium-term goals. So medium term goals usually are between 1 and 5 years. And for me, that is like the dream, a mortgage payoff. So a paid off mortgage. Could I actually manage this within the next 5 years or less? Who knows? It would be lovely. It would be so nice. Anyway, and here we had my sinking funds for the year. So I have a car fund, which is for tax, insurance, inspection, etc. I have a Christmas fund, a birthday fund. That's for my own birthday, by the way. But in the next cash stuffing video I'll do at the end of the month, I'm gonna update this a little bit, and I talk about that more in the next video. I have a winter fund that's for heating oil and whatever else I need. A home fund that's already like a home maintenance fund, really. So I have that factored in, but I would like to save a bit more towards that. But I have a minimum of €100 in here. And then the cat fund, that's my mini goal, and medical or health. So like the insurance reimburses me for most of my GP costs, etc. But I still have a little bit to pay myself, and also, you know, going to the pharmacy, getting some things if you have a cold, etc. Some medication or painkillers if that comes up. Whatever you need, I would like that ready to go, so I don't have to stress on top of not feeling great about money. So those are the financial goals. And in January, I decided I would wait a little bit. So the plan was I wanted to put in money into my savings challenges here, emergency fund, home maintenance, and car starter fund. But I didn't want to write it down just yet, because we know nothing can be 100% planned. So I wasn't sure how much I would be able to put in here. So I aimed for 600, and I wanted to only update that once it's pretty sure that I can keep it in there and I don't have to take it out for any unplanned things, unplanned emergencies, I should say, or really necessary things. So no shopping emergencies. But yeah, it's mid to end of the month now, I suppose, and I'm pretty sure I can leave it there. So what I was going to do is I will update this, and I will show you how I'm tracking my savings challenges. So let me first get the binder. This is my cash binder or savings challenge binder for my dreams and I suppose not annual sinking funds, but more like my aspirational goals and dreams and etc. So in here we have the 6 months emergency fund. Let me just take this out. So each glass jar here represents 1 month of expenses, and there are 9 coins in each of them. Each of these coins represents 200 for me, because my total, like I know I wrote down 10,000, but the total I really would like to aim for is 10,800. So each of the coins is worth €200. So I think what I'll do first is I fill this in, which is the best part, really. So let me just get my pen. Let me see. Let's go with this one. So I'm able to fill in 2, 4, 6. So I have 600 in there. Yeah, it would be great to fill it. Actually, I should have gone with the yellow, you know. That's like a gold coin. Oh well. Next time, next jar. So that's already quite nice. I'm making a little bit of progress. Will be great to fill one of them each month, but that's not really quite on the menu for me. So that's great. So I have been able to set aside, and I'm going to write this down here as well, €600 this month. And then the total for this fund, because I've just started, is 600 euros in here. So that's lovely. So I've done that. That's one of them. Then next I have the 1 month ahead fund, and I did, and so I show you how this works. Now you can do it in all kinds of different ways, but I have mortgage, car expenses and petrol, internet, groceries for 4 weeks, mobile phone, bills and entertainment. And what I've done is I've colored in one, as you can see already. I've colored in the phone and I put in 20 euro, because that's what my monthly phone plan is costing me. So that's great. So I actually made a start. Now obviously I picked the lowest one, groceries and bills. That's all more expensive. But I thought, you know the debt snowball method, where you pay off your debts smallest to largest to gain some momentum and feel good about it. And psychologically, I find this more motivational than chipping away at the one with the highest interest or the biggest one, because you can kind of see immediate results. So it's nice, a nice build up. So that's the 1 month ahead. The cat fund was in my cash stuffing, so I put in 50, which is the plan for each month. So I reach my goal of 500. So yeah, you can see there. That is the goal. Potentially 2 cats. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. So that's the cat fund. Then we have the car, the dream car savings challenge. Now I find this car beautiful, but it's probably not gonna be a car like this. But anyway, that's the idea. So in the dream car challenge, I put down 2,000, and that would be the total I'd like to have as a starter. And then I have done a bit of a variety here, so I can put in, and I can put this in whenever I want, whenever I have some spare change. So I have the 10ers, 20s, 5, 10, 55, 10, 20. So I'm starting, as you can see, I've only started, and I put in 2 5s, so I have 10 euro in here. But I think it's kind of a fun challenge, because you get to see your progress, and it also helps that you know, if you only have 5 euros left, you can still do something towards it, and if you have a better week, you can put in 50 or whatever you have. So that's the idea. So that's the dream car savings challenge. Don't know if should I put really 10 euro in here? I suppose so, huh? 10 euros. Okay, so that's the car starter fund. So let's say 10. Every little helps, as they say. Okay, so that's this binder. And then dream home, this is not one of my current challenges, but it will be once I have a home maintenance fund and my other priority savings challenges done, checked off, then I can start doing something pleasant, which is saving for furniture and like more decorating, you know, and furniture and making it more homely. Once I'm past that initial renovations phase, whenever that would be. We'll see how long that takes. So that's that. And then the last one is the home maintenance fund. That in another binder here. So this is my sinking funds binder. And I have a car in here as well, but that's car maintenance, health, home. So in the home one, let me just double check. Yes, I put in the 100 as planned. So I can put that down here as well. So in the home maintenance fund, I have 100 and total 100. So it's not an awful lot, but you know, it's a start. And it would be great to improve on this, but January I find to be a very tight month always it's always the same. It's Christmas and you're meeting so many people, and there's always too much unplanned going on, too many unplanned expenses, and then yes, January is a little bit tight. That's a good start. That's great. What I also wanted to talk about is frugal inspiration to keep you motivated and going. I wanted to talk about savings challenges and all of this too, but let's see. Yes, one thing I'm trying to do in order to be able to save more is to do no spend days. Okay, so it would be wonderful if I had, I don't know, a whole no spend week and then or no spend weekends, etc. At the moment, I'm just trying my luck to do like a bit of a low spend January, and because I love this, every day that I'm not spending any money, I'm giving myself a little gold star, as you can see. So it's not too bad, but you can see it's not very, definitely broke the chain, I don't have every day, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 no spend days so far. Yes, I think I spent. Yes, but anyway, that's one idea, to put it in your calendar. And the idea is not to break the chain. That would be the ideal. So, but we'll see how that goes. So I was gonna try to do a no spend January, but there's a birthday at the end of the month as well. And yes, it's just a tight month in general, so I'm not spending a lot, but it's more of a low spend than a no spend. So that's something I'm doing. Now on to the frugal inspiration. So I find these just so motivating to read again and again. So this is such a famous book, and you can see I have bookmarks all over. I have it a while, as you can see, and I am rereading it from time to time. You see there's a bookmark in here. The Tightwads Gazette by Amy Decision. And it's I remember when I got it, I thought, oh, that's a bit strange. I thought it was just a normal book, and I found it a bit awkward, and I didn't know if I really liked it when I just flipped through it the first day. But then when I started reading, oh my God, it's wonderful. It's just, I think, okay, the idea first of all is that it was a newsletter that was done in the 90s by Amy Decision. And she has a lot of reader letters in there with tips, etc. You can see here lots of reader letters and articles. So it's like a newspaper, or it's like a frugal magazine if you want. And the nice thing about it was that it was so fun, everything. It's like it's fun and it's creative and it's voluntary. It's not miserable, so she was really stretching what people think would be possible to get to her goals. And her goals were to have a big family and to buy a huge farmhouse with an attached barn and live on, do it all on one salary, her husband's salary. And he was on a low salary. I think he was military. So I love this one. It has so much, even just, if you are around people that constantly go on trips and go shopping, have lovely new clothes all the time, or do all these social events, whatever it is. So you're around and surrounded by this. It's kind of a nice antidote, or like a counterweight. So you can dip into this and you kind of feel inspired to see, okay, what do I actually have in the freezer? Like, oh, what did I always want to make, or what book is lying around here and I have not read it, instead of going to the bookshop to buy another one, So most of us have things we need to use up, or things we bought, to be used and wanted to make make something with, and they were new and shiny, and we spent money on them, and then we kind of forget about them, and then it's just another thing on the shelf, and you go out and there's something new again in the shop, and it looks beautiful and luxurious, and you buy that. But you have something at home already that is just as precious, and you should just use it. So anyway, so the Tightwoods Gazette, highly, highly, highly recommend. There's also things like universal recipes, where she has like a universal muffin recipe, so like a basic one that gives you like, okay, you need X amount of some kind of flour, and then X of some kind of liquid, and this either eggs or egg replacement, things like that, to just be able to come up with something yourself, so you don't have to follow the recipe in a cookbook perfectly and have go out buy all of these ingredients. But if you have almonds instead of hazelnuts or whatever it is, you can just use them. It makes you become more self-sufficient and independent and have a bit of fun and save a lot of money, obviously. So that's the Tightwoods Gazette. That's one I absolutely love. Can only recommend it. I think those are 3 books in one here, and that's the complete newsletter she was publishing here from May 1990 to December 96. Lovely, 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 lovely. So that's one. Then the next one is another book. It's more towards the simplicity and, I don't know, minimalist, I wouldn't say, but maybe. All these are kind of crossing over. Creative Living in a Consumer Society. And it's a lovely book written by John Lane. Yes, I think he was an artist, or is an artist, a painter, writer, and educator. So he lives in England, and it's just it's a very nice and comforting read about more than frugality, about everything, simplicity, voluntary simplicity, history of simplicity, obstacles to simplicity, laying the foundations of a simpler lifestyle, the gifts of simplicity. So really enjoying the simple things and being present in what you're making and doing. It's lovely. Can only recommend it. Very nice. So this one I love as well and read occasionally, reread. It's less practical than the Tightwoods Gazette, but it's practical enough, to remind you what you actually enjoy, and to actually enjoy what's around you and not just rush for the next thing. That's really good. The next one I'd like to show you is TV program that was on, well, I have no idea. I think it was in the 2000s, between 2000 and 2010, 15. I would have to double check. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So this is called Pay Off Your Mortgage in 2 Years, and it was a reality TV show where they were following different groups of people for 2 years. So it was either families, singles, people close to retirement, people with little kids, small children, everything. Different couples, gay couples, as well as I think there was one single guy, or were there a few? There were a few singles as well. So not just couples or families. And it was just such an inspiring thing to watch. So basically, the idea is in the title, right? Pay off your mortgage in 2 years. So there was like, I don't know, there was this great feeling of possibility in there. And some managed, some didn't. Some changed their mind halfway through, but learned a lot. And there was so much creativity in it and different approaches, which is great. So on one side, obviously, trying to reduce your expenses as much as you can, and in all kinds of different ways. And if it was done with joy, that was the best, just to see what can be done. And the other one was to make money. So what great business idea do you have, or how can you make more cash to reach your goal? And obviously the mortgages were so different as well. Some were quite high, some, I remember one, this was recorded in England, so that was maybe £100,000 was one mortgage, so that I think might have been the lowest, and then others were higher. And some people, as I said, had kids or small kids, teenagers, and they all came up with different ideas of how to generate more income. One was trying house flipping. I remember buying a house, renovating it, and then selling it again. Another guy was doing, I don't know how many side hustles. And then another one, I have a favorite. Maybe if you watch it, or if you've seen it, let me know in the comments and tell me who was your favorite. I had a favorite couple that were just so positive and creative. It was just lovely, and they did manage. He was a blacksmith and a welder, and she was a yoga instructor, and they had 2 kids, and I think they lived in Cornwall, and they loved surfing. So that was their whole thing. I think they had been some of the original van life people, living in a van and surfing, and very hippie, very nice. And they managed. They came up with so many fun ideas. It was so fun to watch, and it came from the heart. It was really really lovely. And then you have others that were more business minded and more entrepreneurial in general. Yes, that's it. Oh, maybe a bonus book. So would really recommend you to watch this as well. I don't know, you might see something that you haven't seen before, or it could just be a great inspiration. And then a bonus one that was kind of fun to read as well was How I Lived a Year on Just £1 a Day by Kath Kelly. £1 a day. I think now we would all laugh at this, or $1 or $2 a day. Imagine, apart from your mortgage, living on that. So it was published first in 2008, and it is fun. It is fun though. So she's basically, she was a teacher in Bristol, and she didn't earn an awful lot. Everyone was broke. She was broke. All her friends were broke. But then her brother had a wedding coming up in a year, and I think she wanted to give him a really nice present. So she thought, okay, how do I do this? And on one drunken night, she decided, okay, I'm going to live on £1 a day for a whole year and save up the money. And this £1 is supposed to cover food, transport, entertainment. So she had to get very creative. So it's not for everyone, and I'm not going to try to attempt to live on £1 a day. But what I can say is, again, it's kind of an antidote to the consumer society around, and all the wishes you have and everything you see and want. Sometimes it's just a nice reset then, so that's another one I would recommend. And I think that's all I have for you today. So it's been a pleasure, as usual. Let me know in the comments, what are your financial goals for the year? What do you think of the books and the TV show, How to Pay Off Your Mortgage in 2 Years? What do you think? And any inspiration you have, or anything you really love, please leave it in the comments. It's really great to share, and would be lovely to build a little community around that, and share and encourage each other, so we can all become our own bank, be financially secure, far away from the financial edge, and just able to enjoy our lives and not worry about money. So thank you for joining me. I see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.